Bricc say on
that
your
paycheck
show
can't be that good. I
when
would
I
stop this
asked
whole
him
show.
about the AK case? He said what? It was dismissed in Compton Court. Ain't that what he said? I said, what's up with that AK case? You called June 23rd, 20.
You say
It was
DA
dismissed the
reject.
DA reject. No, it ain't, Bricc. The feds got it, along with the cell phone. So now you got to ask yourself, if I got caught with that, right? I'm going to be like, yo, bro, I got caught. They ain't gave me a court date. I'm not going to hide it. Compton Court never had it. The feds has always had it. Day one. He knew that. But why'd you lie? Because you know you got that sealed file over there about Tsu Surf and them in Jersey.
Well, what did Bricc ever have to do with them? You think Bricc is in some way complicit
Big
with
U
that?
too. He had a sealed file. The exposers, Prince, Lavish, pulled it up. We tracked the case number back to Tsu Surf and them. First, we thought it was some Dirk shit. It's not Dirk shit. He got a sealed file, dope case, New Jersey. It's the same shit. Indictment, Tsu Surf and them. I know it is. Nigga, this we the exposers, bro. Big U's in the place. Indictment, Tsu Surf and them. I know it is. Nigga, this we the exposers, bro. Big U's in the place, same paperwork.
But what the hell could they have been doing with Jersey?
New Jersey 60's.
Right, but what were they doing?
I think there was someone with narcotics.
Brother, if you read it, it says Big U's a gang leader. He supplied drugs and guns. He's number 4 out of 14, right? They got him identified, the conversations, wiretaps. This was crazy. Big U know this paperwork exists, but he don't change his phone numbers. He don't change his Instagram. This 2022. We in 2025. He still got the same information now. But 2 weeks later, when they go to serve the indictments, everybody that's in the paperwork early April, late April, they pick everybody up, but Big U name not there.
Wait,
took down a whole nother 5.
How do you know what's in the sealed indictment for the
No,
the
we
Tsu
matched.
Surf?
No, we got the Tsu Surf. Well, we got that work.
Okay.
That's not sealed.
Got the work.
Okay. Yeah.
But we matched case number
okay.
of Bricc Baby sealed to their indictment.
Okay. It's just a sealed document.
It says New Jersey drugs.
Got you. Damn.
Urban Artificial Intelligence Strategic Thinking Media Platform, Wack 100, going viral once again, making some comments about the Rolling 60 indictments, Big U, Bricc Baby, implicating them in Tsu Surf, New Jersey, Rolling 60s Crip indictment that went down a couple years ago, man. This was kind of out of left field in a way. Now, he spoke on this before, but he recently in a interview, a round table type talk with DJ Academics and some other content creators, he gave a little bit more information on the situation. Now, I cover Wack 100 a lot, you know what I'm saying? The things that he says go viral often. I did some content about the Big U and the Bricc Baby loose cannon indictment. Go check that out if you haven't. Sometimes he doesn't lie completely, and there is a little bit of truth to the things that he say, but sometimes the things that he say just don't happen. I thought this was one of those cases. He says things, then he kind of just doesn't bring them up again if they don't come into fruition. And when people ask about him, he ignores them. And, you know, that's what a lot of people do. A lot of social media people, they do that. They only respond to certain comments. And, you know, Wack 100 is one of the people that do that too. But this is a little bit of an interesting situation because of the individual that he's talking about. Now, he's talking about Tsu Surf. Tsu Surf, legendary battle rapper. He was becoming a influence in the culture just outside of battle rap, also on the media side. He was getting into the Joe Budden podcast. He was doing a lot of things, moving around in the industry, getting known, trying to get into some things after battle rap. So this dude had a lot of things going for him before this Rolling 60s Crip indictment in New Jersey. So let's go to Urban AI real quick. Urban AI, why is Tsu Surf in jail?
Tsu Surf, the battle rapper and musician, is in jail due to federal RICO charges. He was arrested in October 2022 as part of a larger indictment targeting the Rolling 60 neighborhood Crips in New Jersey. The charges against him reportedly include conspiracy to violate RICO laws, firearms possession, and other gang-related activities. Surf initially tried to avoid arrest, but later surrendered to authorities. His legal situation is part of a broader crackdown on alleged gang activities in the area.
Okay, cool. Urban AI, does this Rolling 60s Crip indictment in New Jersey have anything to do with Bricc Baby or Big U?
No, Tsu Surf's arrest does not appear to have any direct ties to Bricc Baby or Big U. While all three have affiliations with the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips in different regions, Surf in New Jersey, Bricc Baby in Los Angeles, and Big U as a well-known OG in LA. There's no publicly known connection between Surf's federal RICO case and any cases or activities involving Bricc Baby or Big U. Surf's indictment focused on his alleged involvement in criminal activities within the Rollin' 60 set in New Jersey, whereas Bricc Baby and Big U have been more associated with the LA scene. However, given the broader scope of RICO cases and law enforcement's focus on nationwide gang networks, there could be indirect connections, but nothing confirmed in public records.
Urban AI, does Big U or Bricc Baby have any sealed documents or sealed paperwork relating to Tsu Surf and the Rollin' 60's Crip indictment in New Jersey?
It's possible, but there's no public evidence confirming that Bricc Baby or Big U have a sealed case tied to Tsu Surf's RICO indictment. Federal RICO cases often involve sealed indictments, ongoing investigations, and potential co-conspirators who aren't immediately named. Given that Surf's case is connected to the Rollin' 60's in New Jersey, and both Bricc Baby and Big U have ties to the Rollin' 60's in LA, law enforcement could be looking at broader connections. However, without official documents or leaks confirming their involvement, any link remains speculative. If there were a sealed case involving them, it would only become public if unsealed or if they were arrested or indicted later. But as of now, there's no concrete evidence linking them directly to Surf's case.
Okay, now that's what Urban AI had to say. We got to see what happens with this case in the future. As Urban AI said, later in the future, down the road in this case, things will be revealed. Once Tsu Surf gets out, maybe he'll have a story to tell. Maybe he'll know. Maybe he'll have certain documents. He hasn't spoke on any of this yet. He hasn't spoken on this yet, but he'll probably have the answer when he gets out. But I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know this. Do y'all think with Tsu Surf being on the edge of being a pretty much premier podcaster, what do y'all think is going to happen when he comes out? Is he going to talk about this on the podcast after seeing everything that's going on with the indictments, with the police listening and watching content? What do y'all think about that? How far do y'all think he's going to go? He will have served his time already. So he done his, he did the crime. He did his time already. He put it in the past. Should he speak on it? Should he reply why he's locked up? Do y'all think if Big U and Bricc Baby was in his paperwork, is that something that he will reveal to the public? Is that something that he will want to say? I don't know, man. Y'all get in the comments and let me know. This is a unique situation because this is somebody that's deep in the podcast culture. This is almost like a Tax Stone situation, but unfortunately, Tax Stone is gone for a very long time. Tsu Surf, not that long, 5 years. He's done about 1 or 2 or something around that, maybe 3. But he's going to be on his way back. He'll be able to clear all this up. I don't know if this is something that he'll want to discuss. I'm sure he'll have a lot of other more important things to get to, but this is something that he may want to consider discussing or just touching on as a topic because, a lot of people are interested in this. Tsu Surf was also beginning to be a regular on the Joe Budden podcast. How far do y'all think Joe Budden will let his stories go on that podcast? What would a Joe Budden podcast look like in 2 or 3 years? Will they need an extra mic? Will the cast be the same? Will the settings be the same? Will the location be the same? Will the flow of the podcast be the same? We don't know. How will Joe integrate Tsu Surf back into the lineup? Because I'm sure he was going to be there a minute. Maybe there would be no Mark Lamont if it wasn't for this Rollin' 60's indictment with Tsu Surf. You never know, because he was one of the people who was on there consistently. I think he had even been on there during the Rory and Ma days, man. Y'all get in the comments and let me know. I don't know if it go back that far, but I know it go back to the previous locations, all right? The early Joe Budden podcast days on the couch with the paintings behind the wall. He was a guest back then, so he was definitely going to be inserted in that lineup. Will he still be? And if he is, hey, that might give the Joe Budden podcast a little bit of edge, at least from a storytelling perspective. He's going to have plenty of opportunities to just make money from telling his story. He was already on his way, so he's not going to have to commit crimes anymore. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty on Urban Artificial Intelligence, the strategic thinking media platform. But I'm talking about as a podcaster, as an entertainer, he got interesting stories. It's no denying that he got interesting stories. And just, hey, let's just be real. He knows if Bricc Baby or Big U told or not. He knows. All right. I'm pretty sure out of all the people that's involved in this, and I know Wack 100 swear he know everything, but Hey, Tsu Surf knows for sure. Wack 100 got into some details about the serial numbers on the case. Get in the comments, man. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all believe Wack 100? Do y'all think that's true? Let me know, man. Is this connected? He said Big U was calling the shots. Big U was distributing guns and drugs. If the police were able to track some of the guns that Big U distributed from California to the gang in New Jersey, I don't know. That's a possibility. That's why Wack 100 is so good at telling stories. He leaves so many gray areas. There is a way that that could be connected. We even heard with Urban AI. Urban AI said it because they're both rolling 60s Crip, and you know the whole culture, that whole gang way of moving, the whole hierarchy came from California. It was born in California. So that technically would make sense if a California rolling 60s Crip was calling shots, even for a rolling 60s Crip set in New Jersey. That would make sense. I'm not implicating Big U in this. I don't know. I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying it could possibly be true as a YouTuber, and everybody is innocent until proven guilty. But I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know, what do y'all think about Wack 100 saying Bricc Baby and Big U is in Tsu Surf paperwork? Man, this is crazy. If Big U was pulling strings all the way in New Jersey, that's insane, man. Hold your head, Tsu Surf. I'm gonna be excited to see how he changed the podcast landscape when he get out. It's gonna be interesting, man. Urban Artificial Intelligence, strategic thinking media platform. I'm gonna see y'all in the next episode. Peace.